Hello dear viewers. This video will tell you what you need to do to become rich. Probably the most accurate definition of wealth was given by Robert Kiyosaki, an American millionaire and writer. In his opinion, wealth is the amount of time that you cannot work, maintaining a comfortable standard of living. A rich person is a citizen who has the opportunity not to work for money, but owns assets and receives passive income from them in an amount sufficient for himself. That is, income that does not depend on his labor efforts. Such people are also called rentier. This is a person living on a percentage of his capital. So what needs to be done in order to become rich? That is, to begin to receive not a small income and live for pleasure. It's not as complicated as it seems, considering that according to a study by billionaire and business coach Brian Tracy, he found out that rich people think of the following two things. 1. What do they want? That is, about their goals. 2. How to achieve this? That is, what to do to realize these goals. This is general, and we will talk in more detail about specific actions that will help you become a rich and financially independent person. These actions will need to be remembered and turned into your habits. The secret is that seriously making the decision to become rich, you choose a different lifestyle and a special way of thinking, and this is an achievement that will improve your life. Now you must firmly decide for yourself that you should not waste time. Your every step will be subject to a specific goal. But this does not mean that your life will turn into hard labor. On the contrary, it will become full of creativity and original ways of behavior. To attract money, you need to become a professional in several areas of human activity at once. But most importantly, you will need to become a professional in the field of financial literacy. Step 2. This is one of the main actions. Become financially literate. Ideally, you need to start attending paid classes for successful people. But first, you need to read as many books on financial literacy as possible. Such books are not difficult to find on the internet. There are a lot of them, but do not be afraid of their quantity. Spending only 2 hours a day on reading, in 1 year you can learn a lot of useful things. And after 5 years of reading, you can become a professional in financial matters. Of course, with one theory without practice, you will not achieve anything, but to have a theory from books is a very important step. And only after studying the theory will it be possible to proceed to practical actions in business. The third step is to find a mentor. Going to a goal on your own is very noble, but still very tiring and long. After all, every outstanding athlete has a coach, so you should find such a coach. After all, a knowledgeable person, a professional, will help you avoid the typical mistakes of beginners and reduce their number. Making mistakes, of course, is good for your experience. But it's better to do it at the very beginning of your creative path, when the consequences of mistakes will not be as destructive as they can be in the future. When you invest big money in your business. Read about the habits and behaviors of rich people on the screen. There are only 6 of them, and this is far from all, but for starters you will have enough of these. Now you need to start following these tips literally. You can simply write down recommendations on points and try to implement them at every opportunity. Stop watching entertainment on TV from today and stop wasting your time, such as playing computer games. Start investing time in education, but not in what is given in schools and institutes. Indeed, it was such an education that led most people to hard work before retiring for pennies. As already mentioned in the second step, acquire financial literacy, which can first be learned from books, and then it's worth starting to attend the paid classes of successful people. Even millionaires do not stop learning, they constantly learn something new, as technical progress is constantly evolving. Try to think like rich people and stop complaining about a bad life. Instead of complaining, it's better to start praising yourself for your accomplishments. Get rid of bad loans and learn how to properly distribute your income. The fact that there are good and bad loans you will learn when you start to study financial literacy. But at the first stage, you should completely get rid of all loans, stop spending money on unnecessary and useless things that eat up your budget. It's stupid to buy an iPhone of the latest model if your salary is barely enough for food, clothes and house fees. And when you get rid of useless waste of money, be sure to learn how to properly distribute your money. How to do this is shown on the screen. Creating your environment. You create yourself. Start communicating with successful and financially independent people. Change your social circle. If you communicate with poor people who constantly complain about life, then yourself will become the same as they are. After all, we are gradually turning into those people with whom we constantly communicate. Folk wisdom says, "Tell me who your friend is and I will tell you who you are." Of course, it is unrealistic to exclude all disgruntled people. And even every rich person will always have a bunch of poor relatives and acquaintances who constantly complain and who urgently need help. But you need to learn how to fight off such friends now. Otherwise in the future, they will deprive you of your money using your kindness. Remember the main thing, you become the one with whom you communicate. If you want to become rich and successful, then find such people and start chatting with them or attend their lessons. For starters, it's useful to find statements or interior views of successful and wealthy people on the internet. Listen to them and learn their success stories. Step 6. Now you need to start investing. If you do not have extra money yet, then your free time is an excellent resource for the first investment. Invest in knowledge that will help you understand how to become rich. So from scratch after a while you can earn more every year and save more for the right goals and ultimately gain financial freedom. Having earned the initial capital, try to manage it wisely. Start investing in successful projects, preferably your own. When investing in the future, do not forget about the present. Remember that stinginess, greed and saving on your own health are unacceptable things. When thinking about your business project, always remember that your main goal is to do something useful for people. Creating a useful product that will help and make life easier for so many people is a guarantee of your business success. Remember the simple truth: in order to receive something, you first need to give something. It's better to do your favorite thing, in which you are well versed and which gradually turn into your business. If you do not understand something, then find a specialist who is professional in this matter. Everywhere millionaires surround themselves with professionals. You should also think about creating a passive income that will bring you money, regardless of what you do, sleep or travel. Passive income is created once, and brings money for a long time. As sources of passive income, again, you need to do something useful for people. For example, write a useful book or music, and then receive a fee, patent or invention. Create your own website or video blog, write a training course in the area in which you are well versed. Or just invest in stocks. But before you do something, I advise you to study in detail all these sources of income. Passive income is good because if you spend a little time, for example, a month, 6 months, or a maximum of a year, after creating your product, you will receive income for many years, no longer participating in this business. As a result, you will finally gain financial independence, and you will live for your pleasure. Step 8. Be patient. Do not try to get all at once, right now. Learn to spend proceeding from your income today, but do not forget to set yourself more promising monetary goals. The path to financial freedom is a very difficult and slow thing, and many people today want $100 than $1 million after a while. Many people lack patience. That is why very few people achieve the desired financial prosperity and business success, only less than 3% of the world's population. But we hope that you have enough patience and you will succeed. Good luck. Thanks for watching the video.